This lecture is about ultra-processed foods and weight and health. Perfection is not needed with your diet. But our job is to teach you, to help you succeed. We'll review ultra-processed foods here, what they are and how they affect your weight and health. So what are they? Well, it helps to understand what they are not. Ultra-processed foods are not whole, natural foods. Foods as they exist in nature or on farms. Potatoes, apples, and rice are whole, natural foods. They are not ultra-processed foods. But cheese puffs, fast food, brand breakfast cereals, and candies are all ultra-processed foods. They are not natural whole foods. Ultra-processed foods like this are made by food companies. This food is everything that's in 7-Eleven stores and most of what is in the grocery store. Fast food is also ultra-processed because of the added ingredients, the processed junk, and the contaminants in these foods. These are ultra-processed foods. To make ultra-processed foods, it starts with food producers who grow or raise food on large farms. These foods are then refined and processed into oils, sugar, or corn syrup, processed meat and dairy products, and various flours. Then food companies take these refined and processed ingredients and they make ultra-processed foods from them. These substances are mixed and cooked and made into a final product. Additions to these ingredients are preservatives, coloring agents, and texturizers. The foods are then tested in focus groups with future customers. They are then improved by changing the ingredients to make them more palatable and more addictive. They are quite literally designed to be addictive. Ultra-processed foods trigger centers of addiction in our brains, just like nicotine and drugs of abuse. This is intentional on the part of the food company. The companies do sophisticated testing, using in some cases brain scanners, MRIs, to see how pleasurable the foods are for the test customers. This is to ensure that you buy a lot of them and you return to keep buying them, which makes money for the food company. These are not evil companies, but their aim is to make lots of money. And they make lots of money by competing with other food companies and making their foods addictive. Ultra-processed foods are very easy to eat fast, to eat a lot of calories and keep eating. This is intentional. For example, let's compare whole corn versus corn chips. The whole corn is filling, has more nutrients and about half the calories as the corn chips. In ultra-processed foods, all the good, healthy nutrients, like fiber, healthy proteins, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, these are all removed. This helps make the product smoother, softer, or crunchier, depending on the goal of the company. Companies want to prevent you from getting full so they can sell you more. They aim to make you hungrier so you keep buying more food. Our food environment is unfortunately full of ultra-processed food. It is very difficult to stay healthy in America because of this. You really have to protect yourself and take measures so that you can succeed. In fact, most of the calories eaten by children and adults in the United States come from ultra-processed foods. This is, without question, the greatest cause of the worsening health of our nation. These ultra-processed foods also contain contaminants from the environment. Our environment is full of tiny pieces of plastic from pollution, and these get into foods. These plastics are direct causes of type 2 diabetes and other diseases, where the body's hormones are disrupted from these plastics and other contaminants. Bottom line is, you just never know what you're getting with ultra-processed foods. Let's talk about their effect on your weight a little bit more. For all the reasons I've described, you are eating a lot of calories from these addictive foods that are easy to eat and not filling, with added junk and contaminants. All of this contributes to a lot of calories that you eat. They don't do their job as food, and you eat a lot of extra calories per day and gain fat weight on your body. Most of these ultra-processed foods are very high in fat. All of the salty snacks and processed meats and processed dairy products, high-fat foods. Fake plant-based meats, mostly fat. Or they are products that are high in sugar plus fat, which makes them very, very addictive. Let's close by talking about the effect of these foods on health. These foods are truly direct causes of type 2 diabetes and contribute to the development of cancer and shorten your lifespan. Healthy foods, healthy starchy foods, vegetables, and fruits do the opposite. They heal your body, they reverse disease. And it's important to be aware of the junky, ultra-processed foods that are marketed as healthy. These are everywhere. These foods are all the same stuff. Added fats, lots of sugar, lots of preservatives, and various junky ingredients. Be aware of this stuff. Don't believe the packaging. Food companies cannot be trusted. Many of the foods marketed as healthy or low-calorie are just high-fat foods, or fat plus sugar. And again, the contaminants in them are disease-causing. The foundation of success is home-cooked whole foods, a higher fiber whole food diet, as many healthy starchy whole foods, vegetables, and fruits as you can eat. A few final comments. One of the most important measures you can take to avoid these foods is to keep them away from your home. If they're in your home, just assume you will eat them. The same thing happens to all of us at our clinic who see patients. You don't have to be perfect. Having some of these foods is fine, but it's important to know about their health effects. Aim to have maybe 1 or 2 servings per week, and if you can give them up almost entirely, your weight, your health, and your lifespan will be better because of it. And again, the most important measure you can do is to control your cravings and your hunger. Eat large, healthy meals of the best foods for health and weight loss. Healthy, whole, starchy foods, vegetables, and fruits.